It seems to me that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness has led to a lot of talk about people saying that Marvel's trying to set up Secret Wars, which it seems to be the next probably big Avengers Endgame type movie because of the inclusion of the incursions and other things of that nature.
Okay, so that's what it looks like, right? And as we can see in Phase 4, it can look like a lot of things and not necessarily be that, right? So I feel like the first 3 phases of Marvel were so much easier to track, and maybe they got wind of that, with the scoops that we got, the Spider-Man scoops. Would we count John Krasinski?
I was going to say, with different hirings and things like that, yeah.
Sure.
I think we would count Krasinski.
So I think they got wind of that, and again, Marvel has always been good in terms of branding and marketing and controlling a narrative. Well, it kind of helps to own 20% of the available market in the United States when it comes to media, but they've always been good about controlling the narrative. So I just think that they've gotten a little bit better of leading you one way and giving you something else. Now, in my opinion, that hasn't worked out in terms of quality this phase, of the kind of sleight of hand, like, oh, I'm gonna show you this over here, I'm gonna lead you this way, but really this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, it's gonna be so fantastic, it's really right here. You know what I mean? So I just think that we should, with Secret Invasion being an actual show that was supposed to be in production by now, if that actually does get underway and they start shooting it, then yeah, I'll say Secret Wars Incursions is probably on the horizon. If something happens with that show where it's not Secret Invasion anymore, or maybe now Secret Invasion is an event between all of the Disney Plus series that we've been seeing, instead of it being its own thing, its own show, like kind of how like they did with the Defenders on Netflix. So instead of it's just being, it was a kind of a culmination thing that they did after all the series went on. If we get a Secret Invasion series standalone the way it was proposed when we started all this, then yeah, I think Incursions are on the horizon. If they split it up some kind of way or make it some sort of fucking Flashpoint event or something like that, then
well, explain to me, because like I'm obviously not a comic book reader, so explain to me what the hype about Secret Wars was.
Yeah, there's so much that goes on, and honestly, it's different from what the MCU even has set up right now. So basically, you have the Kree. The Kree are the alien nation that Captain Marvel comes from. Mm-hmm. Well, not comes from, but you've seen in Captain Marvel, and then you also seen the Skrulls, the shapeshifters, right? Shapeshifting society. They infiltrate governments and worlds and nations all over the galaxy, just kind of waiting for an opportunity to infiltrate and take over. So the Skrulls are who Captain Marvel was thinking that they were in Captain Marvel 1. They actually just should have left it that way. If you're going to do this, you need them to be bad. But so they find a way into infiltrating the Earth. That's the Secret Invasion part. So little by little, they start taking the Earth's mightiest heroes and replacing them with Skrulls. Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow. There's only a few. Actually, I think Hawkeye is one of the only ones that gets left out.
Seems like that'd be an easy thing to do.
And I mean,
the multiverse.
It's everybody. It's heroes, villains, government officials. Everybody's a fucking Skrull. They've kidnapped everybody, and they've been doing it for years, waiting to try to come and take over the Earth. So that is the incursions part. That's the kind of. So all right, all of that happens, right? Then it's the Secret Wars part. The Secret Wars is basically the heroes fighting to get back the Earth from the Skrulls. Incursions happens when there is a clashing of the multiverses. Mm-hmm. So it's not even necessarily Skrulls. When you have two multiverses that are together for too long, or you have a person in another multiverse for too long, those two multiverses clash together. So that's actually going along, not necessarily the Secret Invasion route, but it's going more so Battle World, which is where Secret Wars ends up leading to. Ultimately, is an incursion in on Battle World.
Okay.
So then you'll have different versions. So that's probably if the rumor is true that they deleted a Tom Cruise Ultimate Iron Man scene from Multiverse of Madness, which I don't believe for a fucking second. Everybody's Scientology pastor would have been called if they tried to delete Tom Cruise's scene from a movie. But if that's to be believed, then maybe they're saving that for a Battle World movie. I don't know. Okay. Maybe. So but I just can't keep too much stock into it because they've been so isolated. They don't seem interested in doing the overlapping storytelling now for some reason. All of a sudden, even though that is literally the model that built, I think they're putting a lot on the fact that Kevin Feige can just shit gold whenever he wants.
I don't know. It's been looking a little tough for that, but we'll see.
Yeah. In other MCU news, we're talking Doctor Strange, right? Impressive opening weekend. Opens up at number 1. I think it did around 100 million. Weekend 2, this past weekend, sales are down upwards of 80%. And that puts Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as the second worst follow-up weekend in the MCU so far. Couple things to mention about this. There is the fact that, there is no Chinese money coming from any of this, but we're just talking domestic right now. Mm-hmm. Right? So that is going to only hurt even more that they weren't able to dominate multiple weeks in the box office. I think preemptive criticism had a lot to do with hurting this movie's second weekend, but also, like, I don't think it was necessarily the quality of the movie as much as it was the narrative being mixed, right? When it's even a question about a movie like that, because I mean, look at the superhero movies we've been getting recently. Like, we got Morbius. Mm-hmm. Ugh. So if you're just a Marvel casual and you just went and watched Morbius, yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck. Like, there's another Marvel movie coming out? Because everybody doesn't understand the distinction between the Sony Marvel and MCU Marvel. Mm-hmm. They just see it's another Marvel movie coming out.
I was going to say, how does that factor for Thor and then Black Panther 2?
I think Thor is by itself because it's releasing in June. But Black Panther 2? Black Panther 2? If you didn't know, Black Panther 2 and Black Adam are releasing within weeks of each other. I think within 2 weeks of each other. Mm-hmm. Now, y'all tell me what y'all want to see more. You want to see a movie starring The Rock about a new leading character. So we have a protagonist, a main character.
With the name Black in his
name. Yeah,
name.
Well, he's Samoan.
Sure.
I thought The Rock was black for the longest time, fam. Broke my heart when I found out he wasn't black.
Would you rather watch that or a movie with an ensemble cast missing its lead that's going to make you cry for long periods of the movie? Which movie you gonna be taking your kids to see around Thanksgiving? The one that make them cry because their favorite superhero is gone, or Black Adam with The Rock?
But then you also have to factor at least somewhat a DC movie versus a Marvel movie.
Here's my thing, right? Black Panther did very well in China. It did very well in China because it followed the standard. Black Panther did well in China the same reason why Captain America Winter Soldier did well in China. The same reason why Man of Steel would do well in China. Because there's a main character that everyone loves. He's leading a new adventure. And there's a bunch of money pumped into it. It's not complicated. That's how you make superhero movies. You take the character that everyone loves, You set them on an adventure, you pump a bunch of money and advertising into it, and you put it in the fucking theater. That's how you make a comic book movie. That's how you do it. Now, one of these studios is going to be releasing in that 2-week block understands that. And they're going to rake in all that holiday money, all that Black Friday money, all of that Christmas shopping money. They're going to rake it in. Not to mention that DC is coming with a whole new flavor. They've canceled all of the damn CW shows, even Naomi, which I wasn't happy about that one. Naomi only got one season. I don't think it was fair to lump Naomi in with all the other failed CW shows, The Flash, Batgirl, all of that other stuff. But all the CW shows are gone. I haven't heard anything about new projects yet. I know Michael B. Jordan and Ta-Nehisi were supposed to be rebooting Superman or doing their own Superman. Mm-hmm. But I haven't heard any follow-up on that either.
Yeah. So
let them kick off. Boom, Black Adam. Then start of next year, boom, Aquaman 2 hits, which that project's got its own problems that they need to work out too.
So and Flash too.
Don't let them get any amount of traction out of this damn Flash movie with Ezra Miller. Because if they can make it through that, and y'all still trying to give me Wakanda versus Atlantis, Namor versus Shuri. Oh, by the way, in the middle of all of that, we're gonna lay T'Challa to rest in the movie for you all to see 2 years after his passing.
To honor him.
Not to mention Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, the most anticipated movie of the entire phase. Nosedive off the side of the planet in the second weekend. Are you really that confident? Ryan Coogler, Nate Moore, Kevin Feige, are y'all really that confident about this movie? Really? Oh, the next part of this was that they confirmed that they're keeping their release date.
I believe it was Chapek confirmed that they will be releasing Black Panther this year in the same time slot, or in the same slot with Black Adam.
Wild.
It's absolutely insane, especially seeing how the most anticipated movie that you were supposed to put out this year just completely underwhelmed, at least box office wise. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Has fallen off the side of the earth. And please let me set this table for you perfectly. That is from random MCU casuals. Doctor Strange does not have the following that Black Panther does. He does not have the loyal fan base that Black Panther does. So you think you're going to half-step your way through a Black Panther movie, already knowing that your strongest film that you could have put out this year did not do that well, and then compete with another studio that has all the positive buzz, all the positive anticipation. They know what the damn movie's going to be about.
And it has The Rock.
We've already seen footage from their movie. Plus, like you said, they have a star like The Rock leading the charge.
Insanely
and you
beloved
gonna, and you
Rock.
gonna line it up like that? That's ugh.
Beloved
Yuck.
by everybody. Dwayne Johnson.
We'll see. We'll see if Ryan Coogler is still doing that Wakanda series after this movie comes out. We'll see. They blow a lot of smoke about productions that are supposed to be happening, or they're set to be happening, or rumored to be happening, or even they announce, and then for some reason, anybody remember Captain America: Serpent Society? Sure as hell never got that shit, now did we? But yeah, I guess that's some of the MCU news that we got for this week. Tell us what you thought about Doctor Strange's second weekend returns. Black Panther refusing to get the hell out of the way for Black Adam. And Black Adam.
Secret Wars.
And Secret Wars, the incursions, potentially. Give us your thoughts in the comments below.
And make sure you check out our playlist of Marvel news. We like to talk about this thing quite a bit whenever news pops up. So make sure you check that out and subscribe for more Marvel news in the future.